Hello everyone, it's First Alert Meteorologist Alexa here. I'm sure many of you joined me on obviously our busy WKYT weekend morning show. Thanks so much for joining us. Now, a lot of folks I'm sure are concerned. There's a lot of questions out and about for our region. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about weather-wise. The good news is right now as we're talking, there's not severe weather threats in the state of, or there's no active severe weather warnings in the state of Kentucky, but obviously we still have to talk about some of those threats. If this is your first time joining me on a Facebook Live, I have the comment section pulled up here. So if you have a specific question, I'm gonna do my best to answer it as you ask them. If I don't get your question answered, I'll circle back after the Facebook Live ends and I'll try to comment back to all your questions. So if you guys have any comments or concerns, feel free to leave them. Obviously, you're not here to hear me talk. We're going to dive right into this forecast. We are currently tracking a lot of activity across our region. We just saw a severe thunderstorm warning expire for parts of northern Franklin County as we looked early this morning. But what you can notice, especially if I zoom out across the state, it doesn't mean our severe weather threat is over. If you're waking up anywhere in eastern Kentucky, I'm mainly talking about areas east of Madison County, so Estill, Lee County, Jackson County, Owsley County, even parts of Clay County and Laurel County, y'all are tracking a lot of activity. Rockcastle, I see some questions for you all in the tail end of your first round of heavier rainfall for your region. But like I said, Franklin County was tracking some active storms. Let's keep talking about what we can expect for our forecast as we continue. Definitely some busy weather as we carry on throughout our day. What you're going to notice though for some of those areas, this is where we had that severe weather threat. You can see it moved really quickly all throughout parts of Owen County. We were really happy things didn't extend. And if we take a step back, you'll see that system's weakening for a lot of our region, which is good news for our area. I see a lot of people talking about tornado threats for the day. I promise we're going to get there here in just a few more moments. I want to focus on this active radar, though, because what you're noticing for your area is that it definitely is promising some concerning conditions for southern Kentucky. Now, specifically along the Hal Rogers Parkway, y'all are tracking some heavier rain at this moment in time, but things are going to get a little bit better as we go about the rest of our forecast. Just a lot of heavy rain for our region. Here's a look across the state right now. Louisville metro area saw severe thunderstorm warnings all throughout our morning forecast. A lot of that lightning now is pushing up throughout southern Indiana and southern Ohio. You can see we're kind of in this break period when we're talking about active heavy rainfall. What we're not in a break period about, though, are strong wind gusts. I want to take a step back and just talk about the expansiveness of this system. Look, that low pressure region, it's kind of parked around the Great Lakes area, wrapping all around our area. Huge impacts for our region. You can see our friends Arkansas bordering Mississippi. They've got their own rounds of severe weather threats and a few tornado warnings in that mix. That system loaded with lightning, though, pushing across Tennessee. Y'all, that's headed towards us here as we go about the rest of our day. It's going to be a busy forecast. Here's a look at any active warnings. You can see tornado watch. It expired. It was supposed to last through 10 a.m. They went ahead and let it expire a little early as that system, again, weakened really quickly. For any of my weather nerds listening in the comments, and I'm sure there's some of y'all out there, we had some dry air aloft in central Kentucky. That kind of act as a barrier. A lot of it, what happened is when we were trying to push that in, it's like the storms were trying to fight against the dry air, lost the battle, and while we aren't seeing those active rains roll in, we're seeing a wind advisory. Now, two zones of this wind advisory. Western Kentucky into central Kentucky, that's going to last until 2 a.m. tonight. Southern and eastern Kentucky, that's going to last until 6 a.m. I've seen quite a few people asking about different concerns. I want to make sure everyone knows, whether you're in parts of Garrett County, whether you're in Wilmore, Barberville, Floyd County, y'all, the main concern is damaging winds for our day. We've already had a gusty start to our morning. Mount Sterling issued a special weather statement. I saw some Facebook images from some of my friends in Mount Sterling area. If y'all have any damage images, as you know, please send them our way to WKYT. That's what we need. We want to make sure we cover your area. But look at this current wind gust in Mount Sterling, 51 miles per hour. They were saying, the Facebook message I got said dust storm. You know, you're a little bit drier in parts of Mount Sterling. And what that basically means is you're going to start to see those strong wind gusts kicking things up. Now, 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts here in Fayette County. But if you are looking anywhere between Fayette, including a little bit of Clark County, Montgomery County, I'm going to go ahead and sandwich both Bath and Rowan counties into that mix. That's where you're going to see some of those stronger wind gusts causing problems. And that's why, even if it's not raining for your area, you are going to see active wind threats for your day. That's why the wind advisory is lasting throughout the overnight tonight. Now here's a look at our wind gust forecast. As we head towards the middle of the day, look at that. Fayette County, 53 miles per hour. Madison County, 50 miles per hour. That's going to stretch towards our friends in Garrett County too. I'm going to kind of loop y'all into the mix. Anywhere between mid to low end of the 50 mile per hour range for your region. Now I'm seeing a couple folks out in Floyd County asking some questions. Y'all have kind of a special exception because you're not going to see the middle of the day wind gusts. And in fact, a lot of us, it's ridiculous I'm saying calm down because, you know, you're still going strong. 40 plus mile per hour winds. Danville's going to see 50 plus mile per hour winds. But it's the evening wind gusts that I really want to talk about because we all know severe weather threat for our region is always the worst when it comes in the overnight. There's never any time you want severe weather, but the worst possible time is the overnight because a lot of people are asleep. A lot of people don't have those weather alerts on. Y'all turn them on. If you're in central, southern, eastern Kentucky, those are all our viewing areas. Turn them on right now. Please trust me because it's going to be a windy overnight. Look at this. 5:30 we start to see things pick up in southern portions of the state. Gets even stronger 7 p.m. But once that sun sets, we're going into 9 o'clock. Look at that. Western Kentucky seeing 50 plus mile an hour winds. It's starting to push in towards central Kentucky. Our wind gust forecast says almost the entire area, our entire area is going to see 50 mile an hour wind gusts. 10:30, they have the chance of getting up to 60 mile an hour winds as we're looking at in the overnight, middle of the night. I'm seeing some people saying you think Madison and Lewis County would have a wind advisory. You know, I'm thinking they might be close to it. I'm not going to say anything about that, but that wind advisory, again, it's for a lot of central Kentucky. It's leaving out a lot of our friends in northeastern Kentucky, but still look, 58 mile an hour winds expected in the overnight. This is midnight, guys. That's why we're worried about it. That's happening in the overnight. I've seen some people ask about Knox County. Look at that, y'all. You guys are going to be around 58, maybe close to 60 mile an hour winds in the overnight. And then things are going to continue to get worse as we're looking towards those early Sunday morning hours. By the time we're looking towards 6 a.m., Central Kentucky, y'all catch a break. Southern Kentucky, y'all catch a break. Eastern Kentucky, I'm talking towards our friends in Pike County, parts of Harlan County, Prestonsburg area. See some folks joining us from there. And what we're tracking is definitely some stronger winds, 60 mile an hour winds, still by 6 a.m. on your Sunday. So like I said, wind gusts are the main concern for this forecast. Things are really going to calm down by 9 a.m., but that's where all the cold air is going to rush in on the backside. I wanted to talk about today's severe risk just really quickly before I zoom in on Kentucky. If y'all know anyone between Mississippi, Alabama, they've got a high risk. I'm sure some of our weather fans in the comment section know how intense that is. They're already tracking a lot of active weather along parts of the Arkansas-Mississippi border. It's going to get really bad for them for a tornado threat as we're looking again, Mississippi, Alabama, but Lexington, I mean, Central Kentucky and Eastern Kentucky, y'all, we still got a good chance. Now, here's what I think everyone wants to focus on for our day today. The tornado risk. And I am fully aware that I don't want to use the T word unless absolutely necessary. So small risk for a lot of Eastern Kentucky. If you're in that peach shaded zone, you have an increased risk, but you are not in the area of focus for this storm system. I can't stress that enough. You got a chance at seeing a quick spin up. We aren't going to see the most intense storms here in Kentucky, but that does not mean we're not going to see a quick passing spin up. It's going to be an important, y'all. You need the helmets, your emergency weather kits, just keep things ready. A lot of this risk is going to come late when I showed you post dinner time for our area. I'm just looking really quick at the comment section to make sure I've got a lot of people. Wind is one of the main threats for Garrett County today and into tonight. Your tornado threat, y'all, I know I'm a little delayed. I've got a delay, I guess, behind for a couple seconds. It does develop into parts of Madison County, Garrett County, Boyle County, Lincoln, Casey, Rockcastle, Pulaski. But it's the farther south. The closer you get towards the Tennessee border and the farther west you go, that's where we're going to start to see those issues. That's where we're really concerned. So hour by hour forecast. This is our most recent model update. Y'all know we use the graph for our hour by hour here. 11:30, some rains might start to pick up once again. Middle of the day. Remember, that's when our winds are getting gusty. Just because you got gusty winds doesn't mean you're like not seeing those rain, and just because you're seeing rain doesn't mean you're not getting those gusty winds. You can see some localized heavy isolated cells of storms. That's our other threat for our day today, folks. We're talking about a flood watch that's in effect, wind advisory that's in effect as well. That's going to push towards 3 o'clock. A lot of southern and eastern Kentucky going to catch a break ahead of the dinner time hours. So if you're in like Madison County, Pulaski, Laurel counties, eastern Kentucky, y'all are going to catch a little bit of a break for our area. I can't guarantee that you're going to not see those high winds because, again, it's going to be picking up around here for our area. But that's when we start to see that severe threat really kind of peak. Dinner time, 5 o'clock, those rains that are pushing up from western Tennessee, they're pushing into western Kentucky. Our friends in Bowling Green have had it hard all night. It's going to continue to be rough for them. Now, it starts to organize itself, and y'all know it's never a good sign when you start to see things narrow for our region. 8 o'clock tonight, it's going to be strong storms up and down I-75. That's when we're starting to see those winds get really strong. They're going to be extra strong in the back half. Remember, 10 o'clock is when we're tracking those 50-mile-an-hour winds across the state. These storms then push in towards eastern Kentucky for our area, getting heavy, especially for our friends Whitley, Knox County. I mean, in that overnight, midnight. That's why we're so concerned about this system, y'all. It's because of the overnight impact. Once the sun sets, whatever you can do before bed, that's what you need to be doing, making sure you're prepped and ready to go in case you need to seek shelter. Now, we're starting to see 3 a.m. things get a little bit better for eastern Kentucky. 7:30 in the morning, we really calm down. A few light lingering showers. That cold air is going to keep rushing in. You can track a few more rounds of activity for your day today. Now, it's certainly going to be a big impact for our skies all throughout our forecast today, guys. So I'm trying to, hold on, y'all. My cursor is kind of acting up on me, so give me a second. Want to make sure I get it. Flooding, obviously, is a big concern for our region, and I want to make sure we are talking about it for our area because flooding definitely causes a lot of concerns for our region. Now, once we jump and look towards our areas that could see that flash flooding, that's where we want to talk about it. Saturday night, that's when we're really focused on it. A lot of these single cell storms that are going to push through are going to run over the same areas over and over again. They're going to put down a lot of rain in a short period of time. So that's why you kind of see this area shaded in red in a risk. Now, some of those hard hit counties, I'm talking to y'all in Pike County. You guys got it really bad a month ago. You still have a flooding threat, but you aren't in the greatest area of concern. Really anywhere between our friends in Bowling Green, stretching over to Pulaski and Laurel counties, and kind of south of that. That's where we're talking about it. Really south of the Cumberland Parkway has got the biggest chance for severe weather. They've got the biggest chance for flooding threats, all sorts of that type of stuff. So here's your flooding threat for today into tonight. And again, we've got a flood watch that's been issued. Now, it's going to last until 8 a.m. tomorrow as those rain showers wrap up. Big chance, flash flood warnings. When those storm cells like push over, you'll see pooling water on roadways. Y'all have heard this plenty of times. Turn around, don't drown. That type of stuff is going to be important. I want to go over one more time our severe risks for the day. Main concern are those wind gusts. They are going to be gusting strong all day long. It's not going to be they only come with the thunderstorms or not. I'm sure I've seen plenty of comments about some really intense winds. I'm seeing some folks say Clark, Powell County, high winds. I saw some folks say they lost power in Menifee County. Definitely some strong winds already for our day today. But what we're going to notice is that those wind gusts aren't always associated with a thunderstorm. Still, though, you got some thunderstorm threats later in our day today. I'm going to circle back really quick and jump up towards the top, take a look at our wind gusts, see where we're at right now, if my computer cooperates with me. Okay, still tracking some really strong wind gusts for our friends Montgomery, Powell, Clark. I'm going to stretch it towards Menifee. Y'all said you lost some power there. Maybe even northwestern portions of Estill County and northeastern portions of Madison County. Those are some strong wind gusts, 51 miles per hour in Mount Sterling. If y'all see any good images of damage or anything like that, please make sure y'all send them our way. My Facebook DMs, they'll be open, y'all. I'm trying to help and make sure we get up to date with everything. If you want to send it to our newsroom, we've got newsrooms emails on our website. Y'all have my email on the website. Want to take a look at that, and we'll take one last strong look at our radar, see where we're at radar-wise before I let you guys go. Currently, a lot of rainfall pushing now east of I-75. It's along the Hal Rogers Parkway, really sandwiched between Mountain Parkway, Hal Rogers Parkway. A little bit of lightning loaded in for Knox County right now, and it's stretching towards our friends in Bell and Harlan County. Lexington, Fayette, I know we're not seeing a lot of activity at this moment in time. That doesn't mean we're in the clear. Again, still tracking those strong wind gusts. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to do my best to go live again here probably in the middle of the day. If that's something you're interested in, please leave it in the comment section, except for I'm gonna. Y'all, I'm slow. Just give me a second. I pressed the wrong button. So, okay, let me see if I can get through this quick. Okay, there we go. Now we should be here, maybe. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your patience with me, and especially with my computer glitches because I pressed the wrong button here sometimes. I got to give a shout out to our morning producer who hung around late to help me out behind the scenes so I wasn't doing this by myself. So shout out to Lauren. Thank you so much. If you guys want to see a Facebook Live middle of the day, maybe around 1 o'clock, I'll come back. If that's what you want, please let me know in the comment section. If you guys are looking for more information, especially as we head later in the day, don't you worry, Chris Bailey is going to be in for our forecast today. As always, any questions, make sure you guys leave them in the comment section. I'm going to go back. If I didn't answer your question about your specific area, I'm going to scroll through some of those comments. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Stick with KYT and make sure you got those weather alerts on before you go to bed tonight. We're going to keep you updated all throughout our day. We got multiple people in from our weather team tonight. But for now, guys, have a great rest of your day and stay safe out there.